What's going on, guys? John here. Today we're going to be looking at the Giratina V Alt Art card. So this was one of those cards that everyone thought might have been the next $500 card, the next Moonbryon from the Sword and Shield generation, but unfortunately the reprints that came out kind of crushed it down, and then the Scarlet and Violet tanking a Pokemon kind of been putting these cards in a weak spot. But as I've been mentioning in the last few videos, I really like the Sword and Shield era cards where they're at right now. The inventories are starting to dry up off the shelves. There's still that excess inventory of these not Scarlet Violet, but Silver Tempest, Lost Origins, Brilliant Stars kind of sitting on the shelves or at distributors. You can still buy some off Pokemon Center, but I think we're almost at the end. I think this is the time where you need to start adding some cards. Just kind of, if there's something that you're like, oh, I really want that card, now's the time to look at it. And today we're going to be looking at Giratina. So first thing I like to do is I like to see how much of these cards are selling. So basically 1 or 2 sales a day, which is really good. It means people care about the card. And let's go to near mint here. Kind of a big range, 220, 215, 250, 240, 230. Just call it 235. And that's about what it is here, 240. Just like to get a range of where they're at. Cheapest one out there, 237. So yeah, and they have pictures, so that's always good. But the problem with Lost Origins is the reprint that happened made it just so there's that extra inventory everywhere. And I did a little bit of research before this video this week, just kind of going around to my Targets, Walmarts, grocery stores, everything, seeing what was on the shelves, what's still out there in the wild. And Target and Walmart didn't have any Lost Origins packs, but I did notice some Lost Origins packs at my Harris Teeter and Publix. So those cards needs to dry up. Those packs needs to dry from the shelves. They need to be just all Scarlet and Violet era on the shelves. And then you're going to start to get more of a parabolic uprise. And then that's where you really want to be. But I will say I do like seeing that these Lost Origins are getting bought back up. They were kind of stuck stagnant in there for a long time. We're seeing some action, so that's really, really good. Don't care about the loose packs. Looks like it's back up to 137. It was all the way down to a blistering 126, so it's not up much, but it's up a little bit. But still really nice to see. Let's go over here to just the pricing chart and talk about what we're looking at in Giratina. So before those reprints happened, we were sitting about $330 a card. So that's a really strong price for a card, especially not very old at all. Year and a half year old card. So that's awesome. I guess I'm working on 2 years. And getting a little bit of buys up here. We finally had an uptick for the first time. So that's awesome to see. But here's why I might not necessarily want to put all my eggs in the Giratina basket. I did buy the Charizard V card, just pull up from one of our previous videos. I was able to get 2 of these cards for $110. I didn't buy the PSA 10s. I'm grading them myself because we need to get PSA 10s, guys. Those cards are going to hold their value and go up the fastest as PSA 10s. If you just want to buy the card themselves to hold to go up, I'd recommend just buying a booster box. Over time, your booster boxes are going to go up way faster than just a raw card. Usually, I should say. But I like the PSA 10s. They're easy to store. They're great to look at in the case. So PSA 10 price, we'll go ahead and pull that up here for you. So don't really care about the first one that comes out. Those are all the low pops. Right about $630. And did have that pop to 817, which is nice. And we're down to 550 right now. And no increase in the PSA 10 prices yet. Still kind of that steady decline. Just go ahead and pull it over on eBay here. Just look at what the graded ones are selling for. Just listed right now. We'll just do the lowest. And of course, we'll do the alt art. Yeah, and here we go. So PSA 10, $450. So you can still get it pretty significantly. It looks like that's a damage though. So let's just go find something here. PSA 10, $585. So that one's damaged and in Chinese. So here's our card, $585. Trusted seller. So right about where it's telling us here, $550, $585. If you look for them, you'll get it. Last sale was $589. But here's the problem, is if you're going to go from 550 to 800, just that's back where it was, and of course you want it to go higher than that, you're not getting that much return on your investments. If you love the card, that's one thing, but you're going to pay 10 or 15% in fees, shipping, and everything by the time it's said and done. And your $800 is $720, and then you're not even up 50%, which to spend this much on a Pokemon card, I'd really want to get a little bit more out of it, because those cards will go back to what they were worth before. It's only a matter of time. The faster they go away, the better. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, Giratina, it's a really beautiful card, but I don't think there's enough people buying it. So like 1 sales per day, I mean, that's pretty good. You prefer it, like here's the Charizard here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like when people start buying Pokemon cards again, Charizard always goes. And just kind of off the bat, guys, it was already $180, and it was down to $100. That's it. And that's 80% right off the top. You're going from 200 to 300 is 50%. And that's not even the graded prices. So I think this is a great card if you want it for your collection. But if you're just here to say, hey, I want to buy this as an investment, it's an expensive card, I can buy a lot of them and get, 10 cards or 5,000. I don't know what everyone's situation is. But to want to spend $500 on Lost Origins, I think your much better bet is just to buy the booster boxes. Like you can still get a really good deal. Like I think 130 is great if they have the unopened cases, which they're 800 now. So that's what. Let's get the calculator out. We'll do some math here, guys. 825 divided by 6. So 137. You get them all still nice and sealed, easy to store, safe from getting damaged. I would say you're much better off buying a case of these booster boxes than you are buying Giratina. It's just as hard to really make that value get to. Like if you want to go and spend your money on a high value card, I would just pick the Moonbreon. Yeah, it's a crazy value card, but Evolving Skies was the crown jewel of Sword and Shield era. All these other sets are they're working where they are. Like Evolving Skies is already $400 a booster box. I might sound crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be $1,000 booster box someday. And yeah, it's an easy one that you can buy a lot of, or if you have money to dump in it. I like spreading my stuff around. So like I said, got 2 copies of Charizard right now. Looking to get copies of Lugia. If you need to get Giratina, you got to have it. Just grab the PSA 10. It's worth it for the $200 extra. It'll hold your value much, much better. And just get it. I think the time is now for everything. We're finally starting to see that bottoming out pattern. It might just be another dip down, but I like what we're seeing. Not too many packs left. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you next time.